Gold prices rose above 1,300, the highest in about a week. And it feels like the market's been really weighted down here. Yeah, we've seen the 1,300 handle trade for a lot of the last since the year began. We're looking at roughly about a 2-to-1 settlements above 1,300 as opposed to below it. But it does feel like the market's been very heavy here, despite the fact that we saw those low yields put in at the end of March. We didn't see the same type of high price in gold that we would have expected, given the flight to quality bid in the bond market. We didn't see any sort of trade like that in gold. So gold feels like it's kind of hanging low here, with the idea that there's some kind of wet blanket over it, whether it be just flat out demand or the more attractiveness of other areas. But with yields going down, we would have expected gold prices to go higher. They didn't. We're now starting to see a little bit of a bid there. And if you look at the dollar did help today. Dollar a little bit weaker ahead of FOMC minutes coming up later this week, where recall in March we saw a very dovish Fed. We saw them talking about the fact that possibly no more rate hikes and maybe even rate cuts coming next. Not saying they're coming this year, but I think the idea is that the Fed is going to sit and wait and be patient, as they've said, and that would attract more gold buyers with rates staying steady and a Fed being very concerned about the economy. And lastly, let's look at positioning. We saw speculators getting out, which is one of the reasons why we saw that big sell-off late March. The idea here is that you're probably seeing speculators buy below 1,300, and now the market is back above it. We could see them jumping on to add if things look mediocre or very dovish after Wednesday's Fed minutes. We look under the hood from that Fed meeting. But ultimately, the trend here has been very mixed. We haven't seen a solid trend moving prices higher or lower. It's been very much a zigzag trade after the late sell-off in March. So right now, early April seems to be getting off on a positive note, but we haven't really built a solid trend yet to push higher. Likewise, the news will continue to, I think, dictate what's going to happen over in the UK and Europe, what's going to happen with the global economy, and yes, what's going to happen with our Fed will certainly be key variables to the gold price trade as we move forward. But at this point, we need to see an extension towards 1,320 before anybody gets excited. And right now, we're a long way from that, just hovering above 1,300.